I'm back, guys, with another video. Runny nose and all, but I got my tissue this time, okay? But guys, so I've been touring like different daycares and stuff like that because I gotta do what I gotta do. I do still plan on like turning my house into a daycare, but for the most part, I need to, like, especially when the fourth baby comes, I need to kind of like decompress, if that makes sense. And I need some peace and quiet, okay? So I'll just be dealing with baby girl, for the first 6 months. And Dion and baby Drake will be in daycare. So I did go around touring different daycares for them. And baby Drake, because he's on the smaller side, because y'all know the situation with him. He still has to go with the 6 months, 6 to 9 months, I believe. Ooh, baby girl kicking this morning. Hey, girl. Yeah, so Dion, no problem at all. Went right in. Dion has this thing where he violates privacy. I've been trying to teach him to stop doing it. He'll see a stranger and he'll run up to him and hug him. And that's what he did. He hugged every teacher up in that facility and every student. And the next day, he had diarrhea. So it's a couple things that I'm scared about. Like, I have been pumping a lot of vitamins in him and baby Drake's system and in Cam's system as well, my system. But after I had this baby, I'm probably gonna get like a vitamin IV thing. I think it's called a IV vitamin treatment. Is where like all the necessary vitamins that your body needs, they're running through the IV. Especially like if you don't like taking pills, like why? But I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I had some few concerns about these daycares. Now, what you guys don't know, mine is the price. So let's get to the price real quick. Baby, for both of them, it's like $275 a week, honey. I ain't been busting my ass for nothing on this platform. But that's a lot of money added up per month. So, okay, get off that. What you guys don't know is I used to work at a daycare. And I was not there long because of several reasons. I was there probably about 6 months. And I was with the 1-year-olds, the 2-year-olds. And the thing that I did like is that they have the same routine every single day. Like, you get there, they eat breakfast. After they finish breakfast, you change them. After you change them, they play a little bit. Then they do some art, like coloring or whatever. Then they do music or get a book read to them. Then it's lunchtime. After lunchtime, you're going outside to play. After you go outside and play, or actually either after they ate, I think it was nap time. After nap time, you go outside and play. Then get another snack by the time your parents is coming to get you, okay? But for the most part, y'all, I realized that just like any other school or household, they was outnumbered. I was outnumbered. And it's like, as much as you want to keep your eyes focused on these kids at all times, you just can't. Okay, and so I realized that I think the state has it to where you can have 11 kids in one room, even if it's just you. And I'm like, oh, hell no. So I go to this school, and it's not in this area because I wouldn't dare put my kids in a school in my area ever again. It's too many crazies, too many stalkers. Wherever I decide to put them in daycare, even with Camden School, it's not going to be in the area in which we live. I don't mind making that drive for the safety of me and my children. So, the outside looked like an actual school. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling this. First thing I noticed when I walked in was there's this cafeteria. It was so cute, y'all. Y'all know how high school have they tables and stuff, how it looks like. It was so mini. Not mini M-A-N-Y, mini M-I-N-I. They were tiny tables, y'all. It was so cute. And they had a little cafeteria with the cafeteria ladies working there and stuff. So I like that. I like how embracive they were to him. A lot of the kids there are autistic. Y'all know that I've talked to you guys about this before. We've gotten Dion tested 3 or 4 different times with the neurologist. He is not autistic. He just learning at his own pace, doing his own thing. And one of the things that we are breaking with the help of an occupational therapist and a physical therapist is like his behavior, because he's gotten so used to crying to get his way that he feel like he ain't really gotta talk. All he gotta do is just whine, throw himself down on the ground. And so I get frustrated because he's crying all day long, just crying. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm one of the mothers where I've gone from sit down, be quiet to sit down and shut up. And so I'm a work in progress. I get overstimulated because I always had them 24/7, and when you always have your kids 24/7, you're gonna make mistakes, but it's all out of love, you know. And Dion, he's definitely one of those kids, but we are getting him the help. I am starting to see little changes, which is why I am opening up more when it comes to daycare. What I did not like was we walk into this classroom and they are with Dion's age, and like 1 2 year olds, or 2 and 3, I think. And the lady has her back turned, and she's like, you know, giving this one kid one-on-one time, but she doesn't realize that there's 2 kids behind her fighting over a toy, and they're crying. And then also you talking to me, and I get the whole, oh, we're short staff and this person did this, but whenever you're short staff, as big as the facility is, I feel like you need to break them up in groups to avoid certain situations. So when I saw that, I was like, no. So I know that it's going to be hard for me to pick a good daycare for them. Like, Dion cannot fully say sentences yet, so I'm worried about that. Every time I turn the news on, like, did y'all not see the baby that died from a daycare worker had bringing fentanyl? And I don't know if they brung fentanyl, but they found fentanyl in the baby's system from the daycare or whatever they came up with. And let me tell you something. God forbid those things ever happen to me. And I'm not one of those parents that like to just sit back and, oh, whatever. I'm very in tune with the organization. I go to meetings. I go to parent-teacher conferences. I try to go to the board meetings. Like, I'm one of those parents because I want you to see my face, because I'm all into my kids' education and things like that. So I don't want to be one of those parents that experience something like that. That's why I pray over my kids all the time. But for the most part, I do know that it needs to be done at least for the next 6 months, so that I can get everybody on the same schedule. And then if I'm just not liking it, first sign of something, I'm not going to be like, oh, Erica, you tripping? Because we ain't making no mistakes with relationships no more. And we ain't making no relationship. We not making no bad judgment when it comes to our kids no more. So that first initial gut feeling that I feel, even if I go and tour other daycares, like, I'm pulling them out. Period. Now, that is going to be something that I am going to do with you guys, is I'm going to go around and tour different schools. And I've already gotten their permission to tour, so we have 5 that's coming up, and hopefully I won't have to burst the date off. But let me know, like, when you guys first put y'all kids in like a daycare, were you scared, were you nervous, what's some good signs, what's some bad signs, have you ever got any bad signs, what did you do, did you have to chest tie somebody, sue somebody? Like, let me know, because I just feel like this. Nobody will ever love your kids like you. I've even worked at a nursing home before, and I've seen workers there show extra love and attention to family members that was in a nursing home because they actually work there, versus people that they are not related to. And what happens is, like, those patients eventually die because they're not getting fed, they're not getting changed properly, they're not getting medication. And it's kind of sort of like that at a daycare. Some people just don't have that gift to like kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I say I have a gift to where, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I can either love kids or kids can really get on my nerves. Okay? But so far, I don't think that anybody else's kids have gotten on my nerves. Just my kids get on my nerves sometimes because I see them 24/7. I always got to share my food with them. I got to take a shower with them. And meaning when I'm in the shower, they peeping in there, busting in the bathroom when I'm sitting on the toilet, so I don't get any, like, privacy. And so it's always crying all day, whining all day, wiping noses all day, changing diapers all day, feeding up. So I do a lot. Okay, I do love my kids, but they'll make you scream. But y'all remember that song on the Proud Family? If y'all don't, I'm gonna try my best to insert it. I remember her saying, they'll push your buttons, make you want to scream, make you want to hurt them, all that. They make you want to do stuff like that, but you're not going to do that because you have self-control, because they are your kids. So even like with me, it's not a crime to whoop your kids in Texas. I don't care what nobody say. Open up that law book. It'll tell you, as long as you're the parent guardian, you can't whoop your kids. You can't beat them. And there is certain ways that you are supposed to discipline them. So Dion gets threatened all the time, y'all. I'll tell Dion, sit down if I whoop you. He don't take me serious because he know he's not gonna get a whooping. Cause I don't really like. Now he'll get popped like on a hand or something like that. But other than that, and yes, I can admit that on camera because that's not a crime. You can actually. I've talked to several police officer friends, and they whoop their kids with fly swatters, belts. It's all about how you do it and how much. You don't want to be overly aggressive when it comes to punishing your kids, but a lot of times kids just need that talking to and a routine, and they need structure. And so I'm like the realization is kicking in. Like, am I able to provide fast structure? Like, I can get the long-term structure, but I'm running out of time because it's just me. So I have hired some people that's supposed to be coming over to my house. They're going to be proofing everything. I will let you guys see that they're going to, when I say proofing everything, like they're going to be putting together like cabinet locks and stuff like that. So child proofing, that's what it's called. Maybe even add a little paint, because I don't want my house to be white. So if you do color on something, you won't see it. I can get it off versus staining something that's white. What else? They're going to be helping me get my kids on the same schedule. So, and that's until I put them in daycare, and after daycare, if I decide to, because Dion, not gonna lie, Dion can actually go to school in January, because he will be 3 in December. And so I was told as long as there's a spot open at pre-K 3, he can go. But I want him and baby Drake to be like this, like right behind each other. So right now, if I decide to let him go in September instead of January, when he's a senior, baby Drake will be in the 11th grade. So it's like they could go through school together. But if I start him in January, then that means that when September come along, he will be in pre-K 4, and baby Drake still won't be in school yet. So, which baby Drake does get to start school early because his birthday is in June. But Dion's birthday is in December, so they kind of like, that will delay him if he starts in September. So I don't know, I got some praying to do, y'all. But I just feel like Dion needs to be in like a structured environment. And I'm woman enough to say, y'all, with me, it's just being me. And I have to keep saying that because when you guys see things that are delayed or lacked, it's because it's a lot of responsibility for one person. But I don't complain. I do get frustrated a lot. That's normal. Anybody that's telling you that if you're a single mom of multiple kids that you should be getting frustrated and that makes you unfit, they're a damn fool. Because I'm going to tell you something. When it comes to abuse, neglect, or whatever, like, they will laugh at the things that people label me as unfit. Like me yelling, telling Dion to shut up, or me yelling at him and telling him to be quiet before he get a whooping. That's nothing. This kid's out here getting beat, starved to death. My baby eats greedy all the time. He's very healthy. So, but yeah, I won't make this video too long either. But I just want to like voice some of my concerns about being in a daycare setting. Oh, one of the requirements for me that's a must is I have to see what's going on at all times. Yes, just like when you drive and there is blind spots that people can get away with certain stuff. They'll learn the facility, take a kid off. But I'm the type where I'm like this all the time. I would know if somebody's taking my child in the back. And I need to know, I need to call up there. Why? Why y'all taking my kid to the back? Why is he not with the other kids? Why do I hear him crying? Oh, baby. And y'all know I be recording stuff all the time. You can't explain to me, I'm finna sue you, and I'm pulling my child from that daycare. Period. So I don't want to be one of them mothers that have to act a plump fool up there. That's why I need to get y'all opinions on what to look out for. Signs of just being like an overprotective mother. Things that I can kind of let pass by. You know, not pass by, but things I can kind of let slide. I need to know, like, is this a good decision? Is it a bad decision? Would you would have preferred to do everything at home? So the thing about doing things at home, not only does it save money, and Camden never went into a daycare. The reason why Camden never went to a daycare, because when I was married to his father, I worked days, his father worked nights, and we would just swap out. So while I'm at work, he would watch him. While he at work, I would watch him. But since that's not my reality and I'm doing everything myself, I gotta have time for myself, even if it's just to go eat somewhere and get a little peace of quiet for about an hour. Like, because if I'm not myself, if I'm not my whole self, I can't be my whole self to raise them. You get what I'm saying? But let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this video. Give me some advice, some tips, some something. You feel me? We're running out of time here, and time is ticking. But I am going to have those videos for y'all when I do tour these daycares, okay? And y'all can say, yeah, no, you know what I'm saying? So, I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.